Have you ever wondered who we have to thank for the ability to power our everyday devices, from smartphones to electric cars? The answer lies in the past, with a man named Alessandro Volta. Welcome to our channel. Today we're going to explore the life and the work of this remarkable inventor whose creation revolutionized technology as we know it. So stay tuned. Alessandro Volta, whose full name was Alessandro Giuseppe Antonio Anastasio Volta, was born in Como, Italy, on February 18, 1745. He was born into a noble but poor family, and he was not a particularly outstanding student in his early years. In fact, he didn't even speak until he was 4 years old, which led many to believe he was not very bright. However, once he started speaking, he showed an insatiable curiosity about the world around him. Volta's parents, Filippo Volta and Donna Maddalena, were devout Christians. They had high hopes for their son. They wanted him to become a lawyer, but he had other plans. He attended the local Jesuit school, where his teachers admired his intelligence and dedication. They believed he had the makings of a great Jesuit priest. But Volta was drawn to something else. He was fascinated by the natural world, particularly electricity. This was a time when electricity was a relatively new and unexplored field. Volta spent hours conducting experiments, often using homemade equipment. His passion for science was so strong that he chose to pursue it despite his family's wishes. In 1774, at the age of 29, Volta was appointed as a professor of physics at the Royal School in Como. It was here that he began his groundbreaking work in electricity. He improved the electrophorus, a device that produced static electricity. While he didn't invent it, his work was so extensive and impactful that he's often associated with it. But let me tell you, Volta's curiosity didn't stop there. He was intrigued by the marshy swamps of Italy and the bubbles that rose to the surface. This led him to isolate methane gas, making him the first scientist to discover and isolate methane gas. And so, these inventions brought him recognition from the scientific community and marked the beginning of his career as an inventor. Volta was also a keen observer and a meticulous experimenter. He made detailed notes of his observations and experiments, many of which are still preserved today. In 1791, the Royal Society of London recognized his work and made him a fellow. A few years later, he received the Copley Medal for his scientific contributions. For nearly 40 years, Volta held the chair of experimental physics at the University of Pavia. His innovative teaching methods left a lasting impact on his students. In the year 1800, Volta invented the first true battery, which he called the voltaic pile. But what exactly is a voltaic pile and how does it work? The voltaic pile was a simple yet ingenious device. It consisted of a series of discs made of two different types of metal, such as zinc and copper. These discs were separated by a piece of cardboard or cloth soaked in brine, which acted as an electrolyte. When the top and bottom of the pile were connected by a wire, an electric current would flow through it. This was the first time anyone had produced a reliable, steady current of electricity. So, why did Volta create the battery? Well, it's an interesting story. At the time, there was a heated debate among scientists about the nature of electricity. Luigi Galvani, an Italian physician, had discovered something he called animal electricity. He believed that this electricity was produced by living beings. Some believed that electricity was a fluid that could be created by rubbing certain materials together. Others, including Volta, believed that electricity was caused by a chemical reaction. Volta created the battery to prove his theory, and he was right. His invention demonstrated that electricity could be generated through chemical reactions. This was a revolutionary idea that changed the way we understand and use electricity. The voltaic pile was not perfect though. It had its limitations. For one, it would lose its charge over time. Also, the brine-soaked cardboard or cloth would dry out, causing the battery to stop working. Despite all these issues, Volta's invention was a significant breakthrough. It paved the way for the development of modern batteries. Today, we can't imagine a day without using a battery-powered device. Difficult, isn't it? That's because batteries, the brainchild of Alessandro Volta, have become an integral part of our daily lives. But what exactly has been the impact of this invention? Before the battery, electricity was not portable. It was tied to the place where it was generated. But the battery changed all that. It made electricity portable and revolutionized the way we use energy. It led to the development of a wide range of devices and technologies that we now take for granted. Think about it. Without batteries, there would be no remote controls, no mobile phones, no laptops. Electric cars would be a distant dream. Even space exploration would be severely limited. The battery also transformed the field of communications. It powered the telegraph and the telephone, two inventions that changed the way we communicate. It made instant communication over long distances possible, bringing the world closer together. The battery also had a significant impact on the field of medicine. It powered medical devices like pacemakers and hearing aids, improving the quality of life for millions of people. It also enabled the development of portable medical equipment, making healthcare more accessible. In the world of science, the battery has been an invaluable tool. It has powered countless scientific experiments and research projects. Today, as we stand on the brink of a new era of electric vehicles and renewable energy, the importance of the battery is more evident than ever. It is at the heart of efforts to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels and combat climate change. It is powering our transition to a more sustainable and energy-efficient future. Despite his many achievements, Volta remained a humble and dedicated scientist throughout his life. Apart from professional success, he was a family man at heart. He was married to Teresa Peregrini, and together they raised 3 sons. As he grew older, he preferred the quiet of domestic life over the hustle and bustle of the scientific world. He retired in 1819 and spent the rest of his life in his hometown of Como. He passed away on March 5, 1827, leaving behind a legacy that is as powerful as the current his battery first produced. Volta's work laid the foundation for the field of electrochemistry. His invention demonstrated that electricity could be generated through chemical reactions, a revolutionary concept that opened up new avenues of research. This led to the development of new batteries and energy storage systems, which continue to power our world today. Volta was a pioneer in the truest sense of the word. His rigorous approach to experimentation and his relentless pursuit of knowledge set a standard for scientific inquiry. He truly showed us that through curiosity and perseverance, we can unravel the mysteries of the natural world. Volta's influence can be seen in the work of many scientists and inventors who came after him. His discoveries inspired generations of researchers to explore the field of electricity and make their own contributions. From Thomas Edison to Nikola Tesla, many of the great minds in the history of science have stood on the shoulders of this giant. So, in recognition of his contributions, the unit of electric potential, the volt, was named in his honor. This is a fitting tribute to a man whose work has had such a profound impact on our world. Every time we talk about volts, we are reminded of Volta's groundbreaking work. Alright, we've covered a lot of ground today. Before we wrap up, want some bonus content? Here are some interesting facts about Alessandro Volta that you might not know. Fact number 1. Language prodigy. Despite his late start in speaking, Volta had a knack for languages. By the time he finished school, he was fluent in Latin, French, English, and German. Fact number 2. First scientific publication. At just 24 years old, Volta published his first scientific paper on electricity, titled On the Attractive Force of the Electric Fire and on the Phenomena Dependent on It. Fact number 3. Self-taught scientist. Volta didn't have the privilege of formal scientific education. Instead, he quenched his thirst for knowledge by conducting experiments in his friend Giulio Cesare Gattoni's physics lab. Fact number 4. A family in debt. Did you know that Volta's father, Filippo, was notorious for his extravagant spending? When he passed away, he left his family burdened with debt. Fact number 5. Recognition from Napoleon. Volta's groundbreaking work caught the attention of Napoleon Bonaparte himself, who honored him with the title of a count. So that's the story of Alessandro Volta, the man who brought a new spark to the world of technology. But what do you think? How has the invention of the battery impacted your life? Can you imagine a world without batteries? And what do you think the future holds for this incredible technology? Drop your comment below. And if you found this video useful, please like it and make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our next videos. And as always, thank you for watching.